Want to learn some inside tricks on how to pencil comics? Then you need to check this video out. Hello everyone, it's me, your old pal Max West. As you know, I draw comics and I also do children's picture books. And today, I'm going to talk more about how to make comics. Today's subject is penciling comic strips. Now before we continue, I just want to make it clear, in this series of tutorial videos on how to make comics, I'm going to be talking about more traditional tools. I'm old school. I'm going to be talking about pencils and pens and ink and that kind of stuff. If you want to draw comics digitally, like on the computer, you're on your own there. There are lots of other video tutorials out there that'll discuss what you need, such as, the whole PC versus Mac debate, software, drawing tools like tablets and such. That's all beyond the scope of this video. Anyway, getting back to what I was saying, I'm going to talk about penciling comics. Now, probably the very first thing you'll need a good drawing surface, a good solid drawing surface, like this. Now, I use a flat drawing desk here. Yeah, it's seen a lot of action. You see all the ink and stuff on here, ink and paint and whatnot. Now, you don't have to... Now, probably if you go down to any art supply store or office supply store, you'll find drafting tables, either flat ones like these or the ones that tilt. But you don't have to spend a lot of money on anything fancy. I mean, just about anything will do. You could just go down to your local Walmart or Target, buy a table, and that'll do. Now, what do you draw on? Well, a lot of my comics, like Sunnyvale Stories and Dominic and Claire, I use Bristol paper. You can buy these at any art supply store. Usually it comes in two types. It comes in smooth, which is what I use, and there's also rough Bristol board. If you do a lot of work with brushes, that's a good one to use. Now, for doing my comic strips and such, I usually prefer this. These are comic strip art boards. They're about 5.5 by 17 inches. They'll take pencils, pen, brush with ink. Now, this is sold by a company called Blue Line Pro. This is what I usually draw Poison Ivy Gulch with. You might also be able to find these online or at art supply stores. This is Canson. Besides Bristol board, like the one I showed you a moment ago, they make these comic strip art boards that are similar, 5 inches by 17 inches. Of course, I don't tend to use these as much, as the drawing area is much smaller than the Blue Line Pro. Alright. Now, drawing with things. Pencils. Hence, that's why we call it penciling. Now, there are all kinds of there are two basic kinds of pencils that you can use. There's the standard wood-encased pencils like this. This is a 2H. This is an H pencil. If you see pencils that are H, like H, 2H, 3H, 4H, these are light pencils. The standard number 2 pencil, which is also the workhorse I use, is an HB pencil. And then there's the B line of pencils. B, 2B, 3B, 4B, 5B, and so on. Those are very soft. Of course, most of what I draw with, this is a mechanical pencil. Basically, you, instead of sharpening, when you use a wooden pencil like this, you use a pencil sharpener. I need to empty that out. Now, when these mechanical pencils run out of lead, just click on them to extend the lead, And when they run out, you put more lead in. Again, these are sold at office supply stores and art supply stores. Of course, no one is perfect, so you're probably going to make mistakes, and you're also going to need these for the inking stage, which I'll talk about in a future video. You should get erasers. This is a small pencil size eraser. See that? I use this for small areas. And for, I also get either rubber or plastic erasers. Yeah, this one's seen a lot of use. There's some more erasers I got. There's a more complete one. This I bought over at Hobby Lobby. And a very good thing to have for drawing, you've seen me use this in other videos, is this. This is a drafting brush. Again, available at art supply stores and office supply stores. Because when I erase, rather than blowing on the page, getting saliva, or smearing the ink by, with using my hand, I just use this to brush away the eraser residue. Alright. And then, oh yes, I wanted to cover one more thing. I'll bet you can't draw a straight line. Nobody can. Well, I'll introduce you to something that can. This is the ruler. This is one of the rulers I use. This is a T-square. I use this for the comic pages I draw, like Sunnyvale Stories. See? Works like that. It's very handy to have, and I suggest investing in one. And now, people, I'm going to give you a little demonstration here of my work. I'm going to briefly pencil in a comic strip, a Poison Ivy Gulch comic strip. I'm going to use one of these pages for the demo. Alright, that's one of the things I like about these Canson comic strip boards and the Blue Line Pro. They already have the blue here, so it's pretty easy to make the panels. Alright, now as you remember in the last video I made thumbnails, so I'm going to work with these. Just going to lay down the panels. I tend to draw these freehand. Of course, other people will use a ruler, and when I draw pages, like with Sunnyvale, I'll use a straight edge, like the T-square. I lay down the panels with my 2H, then I whip out my workhorse here, this mechanical pencil. I work very loosely, and again, that's good. You should work loosely here. Don't make anything too dark, because keep in mind you'll have to erase the pages much later. Alright, now here, as you can see, I'm penciling in Ace here, because he's going to be complaining there about Lotta's cooking. I'm going to see if I can zoom in a little bit more there. Alright. Alright, here. I'm going to also leave in space for the speech balloons. We're going to cover that in a later video. Alright, there we've got Ace. Sketch Lotta there. Start with an egg-shaped head. Add in her breasts, arms. She's going to be holding a spoon here. He's going to be sassing Ace. See? That's starting to look like something there. Let's add in her hair, as well as her eyelashes. Again, I'm going to add the her letters, the speech balloons and letters in a future video. Do a little bit of erasing here. Yeah, I don't think we need those in there. She's holding a spoon as she's sassing Ace. There we are. And some motion lines to the block of chunky soup she's made. Just like I did here in the thumbnails, I'm going to have Ace giving us, the readers, in a side glance. And there we go. I've got a completed pencil there, not counting the letters and speech balloons. We're going to draw those in next time. Well, that's it for this video. Make sure you hit the subscribe button to subscribe to my channel. Hit the bell icon to be notified of new videos, and check out the links below to my work if you're interested in seeing more of my comics. Until next time, it's me, Max West, your old pal, saying goodbye.